What a day for fashion here on Oaks Day at Flemington. The L'Oreal face that stops a nation. We told you about the voting. It's just about finishing now, but gee, what a week the young ladies have had in Melbourne.
It has been a whirlwind, and one that Emma, Alicia, Sarah, Cassie or Hayley could never forget. Nor could I, for that matter. This afternoon, as voted by you at home, one girl will be named the L'Oreal Paris Face That Stops the Nation. So, for the winner, the carnival continues. For the other four, they will head home with memories of 2 weeks that will last them a lifetime. As finalists in the L'Oreal Paris Face That Stops the Nation, 5 strangers came to Melbourne, but leave with ties that will bind them forever. Time has flown by as 2 weeks of living lifestyle with the rich and famous comes to its conclusion. Nothing could hold them down, or stop them for that matter. From the moment they arrived, they set an exhaustive pace, and wow, have they done it in style. From lunches, cocktail parties, the Derby Eve ball, even live breakfast television, they have been on the A-list to every function in town. The Parade of Champions, a highlight of many. But it has been at the races that has seen the girls shine. There's official duties. As heads turn and cameras whirl, the champagne flows. And for the 5 finalists, the chance to mix it with the fashionable set.
I've had an amazing week. I've met a lot of Channel 7 personalities. It's been relaxing, apart from the 5 o'clock makeup calls. Everything else has been fantastic.
When I first got here, I was a bit overwhelmed and I was really shy because we had access to, all the exclusive parties and we were pampered like a star. And I was a bit taken back at first, but now that I've enjoyed it with 4 other wonderful girls, and I think I'm definitely coming out, and I've just had the most fantastic time.
I've had a fantastic 2 weeks, and I'd like to take this opportunity just to thank Westfield, L'Oreal, Channel 7 and VRC for giving me the best 2 weeks of my life.
Unfortunately, your roommate Sarah is unwell today. What did she say when you left the house today?
She did say that she would absolutely love to be here, and yes, she is. She's sitting up in bed watching us all having a great time.
So happy birthday, Sarah!
Happy birthday, Sarah. We're so sorry that you're unwell today. It's really is the worst thing that could possibly happen. But yeah, we wish you well, and we send you lots of love and kisses.
I've had the pleasure of meeting 4 wonderful girls. I'm still sort of pinching myself to believe I'm actually here. I've been having a ball the past couple of weeks, and my makeup's been done, I've been supplied with outfits, and most of all I've had the pleasure of coming to the races in celebrity style. I've just had an absolute ball, and I'm very thankful for everyone for giving me this opportunity.
2 unforgettable weeks, for they started off as strangers but leave as friends. 5 deserved entrants, but only one can be the winner. So be watching later this afternoon to see just who will be named the L'Oreal Paris Face That Stops the Nation.
Later today, so the Emirates Classic. We start with Bomber Bill, $250,000 race. He's won 5 races at Flemington. He ran 7th in this race 2 years ago. He's 8. I think he's better than he was 2 years ago. Good run in the Salinger Saturday. He's got to be in the mix.
It's a very relevant statistic is that Bomber Bill's won 19 races, but he's only run 5 seconds and 3/3. And that suggests to me that when he gets in a contest, he produces. He's an old marvel and he looks a treat.
Century Kid, well, Ken spoke about the positives for him. Damien Oliver replaces Jim Cassidy. You look back through his form, he's a high-quality horse. His best win probably the Premier Stakes in 2002, where he beat Ancient Song and Shogun Lodge. That looks pretty good form.
He's a smart sprinter. He usually goes very well fresh, and this is his 4th run in. But I've just been having a look at him walking around. He's an athletic-looking horse, and he's retained his condition behind the saddle. He looks as good as I've seen him. And as I said, he handled the straight here in a workout last Tuesday week in great style.
Well, I said Saturday was D-Day for Thorne Park, but today is, I think, because the conditions of the race, the track didn't suit him. He didn't quite get the right track, but he does today. As Ken told us earlier, Spinning World, the sire of Thorne Park, the sire of the Oaks winner, so that would be a coup in the one day. Look, he should run a big race.
It's shiny, that coat, isn't it? Look, this horse is explosive. He's exciting when he's on song. I'm starting to wonder whether he takes racing, whether he can keep backing up, or whether it was just the wet track on Saturday. Look, I know he can do a lot better than he did on Saturday, but you've just got to take him a touch on trust. If he produces his best, watch out.
Chong Tong, Lee Friedman reckons he's got his feet just right for the first time in a couple of years. He's a straight track specialist.
Yeah, I think this lot will find him out though, Bruce. I just think he's aiming a touch high.
Speaking of specialists, Spinning Hill's a weight for age sprinting specialist. She's 7 years of age, a 1,200 metre record, 20 starts for 11 win. She's a marvel.
Yeah, and marvel's the right word to describe her. And her trainer, Guy Walter, is probably Sydney's Lee Friedman, the young man who's just passed in his 40s, who can really train top-class horses. With this mare, I'm just frightened whether she's quite as good as she was, but she's going to be very competitive.
Brief Embrace came down the wrong side on Saturday, the slower side in the Salinger, and wasn't far away in 5th place.
Yeah, I always get them mixed up, Brief Embrace and Fair Embrace, but Brief Embrace is trained by Peter Moody. Her run in the Salinger was good, and, well, you know, I haven't picked her, but you certainly couldn't knock her.
And she's a big odds. And our Egyptian Rain, she won the Schweppes, beat Spinning Hill there. She's won a Group 1 in New Zealand. Graham Begg's got her, first Flemington start, and she's good value on the tote.
Yeah, I did my money on her in a few runs in Sydney, but, you know, she showed the form I thought she was capable of at the Valley, and the horse she beat was Spinning Hill. So relative to Spinning Hill, she's at a good price, and look how bright she is.
Yeah, she looks terrific, doesn't she? And, well, that Moonee Valley form can hold up. So the favourites, Thorn Park and Spinning Hill. What a race we've got coming up. We'll be back with the Emirates Classic. Let's hear from Melanie Simons.
You can't have a champagne without a cracker biscuit. And I'm with Mr. Sato from Staccato Rice Crackers. You know the song. They're sponsoring race 9, and Mr. Sato speaking through an interpreter today. Are you enjoying the carnival?
今日はお天気が非常に良くて競馬日和でございます。私はせんべいが大好きです。それで皆さんがせんべい食べてるのを見まして本当に私は嬉しいです。
Yes, it's such a beautiful day today, and I love our rice crackers, and I'm very happy to see all the people eating rice crackers today.
And the boss too. They must be good.
Free Crown Oaks, made possible by our telecast partner, new L'Oreal Paris Glam Shine. Dazzled like never before.
The thrill of the chase, isn't it good when you come home a winner here at Flemington? Guy Walter's hoping to do that with Spinning Hill. Peter Donegan's with him.
Guy Walter, it's only a small field, but boy, it's a hot one.
Great field, Peter, great race, and as you would expect.
I think we just lost Guy there for a moment. We'll get back to him in a moment with Pete. He's got Spinning Hill in this. Interestingly, Ken, the only time she's been unplaced in her last X starts, about 13 starts, was here last year when she started favourite. So the last time she was unplaced was here. She had better form last year coming into the race, and she ran 4th.
Yeah, Choisir won the race. If you remember the race, though, Bruce, she was interfered with in the last 100 metres. She got balked by the winner, Choisir. She wouldn't have beaten him, but I mean, it was a bit rough calling her unplaced that day, even though fact is a fact.
Look, my only down on I'm a huge fan, like we all are. I think she's best at the start of her preparation.
I do, and she loves the Valley too, doesn't she? But still, she's raced well on all tracks. Look, she's 7-year-old. I'm just wondering if she's quite what she was. But look, she only knows how to give her all, and she'll be most competitive.
She was $2.60 favourite behind Choisir last year. Pat, is she going to run favourite today?
Will run favourite now, Bruce. Money coming late for Spinning Hill. $2.90 on the tote. You can get a touch better in the ring, but Spinning Hill will be favourite, holding sway over Thorn Park.
So the two horses trained in Sydney, Guy Walter and Bob Thompson, $2.90 and $3 for $6.80 for Chong Tong. Geez, pretty tight, isn't he? And $7.30 for Our Egyptian Rain, and $7.80 for Bomber Bill.
Yeah, punters make the market, and I'm a little surprised at that price for Chong Tong. Having said that, he'll probably come out and bolt in, but it's the most, for 7 runners, you really can't bag any of them.
As I said earlier, Lee Friedman said on radio that he just feels like he's got his feet right, Chong Tong, for the first time in a long time. He's had very few starts of late. He did win the L'Oreal Plate here 2 years ago. Schwarzschild won the race last year, and the race was won by Abdullah this year. So it's been a good horses race, that one. Rory's Jester won it years ago. So, look, he's probably in the race, that's for sure.
Well, he likes the straight track racing, yes. And straight track racing is something special. A lot of people don't like it. As a punter, I don't particularly like it, but it adds something to our calendar, and it's good to see.
And with the small field today, you just feel as if each and every horse should get the chance.
Exactly right. And the first 2 are in, our Egyptian Rain and Century Kid, and I'd assume that they'll be the first 2 in the run.
Yeah, Century Kid probably will lead, so $2.90 and $3. This race worth $250,000. It's a Group 2. Got a lot of horses in the race have already won in excess of $1 million. This mare, Spinning Hill, has won $2.3 million as we join Greg Miles.
Patrick Payne on board, twice a winner of this race on Belle d'Azur and Toledo. Thorn Park now coming up for Glenn Boss. He steered Schwarzschild to victory here 12 months ago. Field nearly ready. Bomber Bill is lined up, and Brief Embrace to the outside for the Emirates Classic. They're set, racing. Our Egyptian Rain beginning quickly towards the inside, and Spinning Hill began fast too. Bomber Bill showing good dash with Brief Embrace as they come towards the outside. Thorn Park dropping in behind them, as does Spinning Hill. And Chong Tong is back towards the tail as well as they head towards the 850-metre mark. And it's Our Egyptian Rain tracking a course which is taking her close to the outside rail now in front. Century Kid staying well away from the rail, and Chong Tong's going out there with him. They're going to come well away from the fence. Bomber Bill's gone up to second on the outside of Our Egyptian Rain. Brief Embrace just in behind them, and Thorn Park and Spinning Hill are going to be the late closers. They head to the 400-metre mark now, and it's Our Egyptian Rain against the outside rail. Century Kid coming right up the middle of the track. Bomber Bill in the centre with Chong Tong putting in a run. Now Thorn Park and Spinning Hill are starting to make their runs. They come to the 200-metre mark. Our Egyptian Rain from Chong Tong. Thorn Park putting in a run. Spinning Hill battling a little bit. Our Egyptian Rain still had it. Thorn Park's coming after her, but she's got a kick. Our Egyptian Rain, she'll go all the way. Our Egyptian Rain first. Brief Embrace gets up to grab second from Thorn Park. Chong Tong 4, and Spinning Hill and Bomber Bill and Century Kid virtually in a line at the tail of the field.
So first start at Flemington. What a training triumph for Graham Begg. Neville, his father, a very famous trainer, went off to Hong Kong. Graham has seen the highs and the lows of racing, and this mare, he took her over during the spring. He's been able to bring her to Melbourne and win the Schweppes, and today hasn't seen the straight track at Flemington before. She's beaten the best sprinters in the land, and Ken, in the end, she's beaten them pretty easily.
She was too good. If I was in the business of buying a racing string, I'd give a few horses to this trainer, Graham Begg. He's an excellent trainer, bred for it, and plenty of ability himself. And as Bruce just said, he's done a marvellous job with Our Egyptian Rain. Beautifully ridden by Nashua Willa. He had to cross the field from the inside barrier, drew one to the outside. Here, he had a host of challenges, but when you thought they were going to swamp in, that Spinning Hill and Thorn Park were going to grab him, Chong Tong was there, and Brief Embrace wide out in the yellow colours, but it was the one in front that stayed in front, and she actually went away from them.
Nash Rawiller has ridden more winners through this carnival than any other jockey now. He had a double on Tuesday, he rode one on Saturday, and he's now got one here today, a Group 2.
Even though he was placed, Bruce, I thought Thorn Park was a tad disappointing, and Spinning Hill, I think we've got to start to consider now that she's slightly on the slide.
763 the numbers, so Our Egyptian Rain, Brief Embrace, Thorn Park. It's going to be a pretty good trifecta, I think, when we get it. $633, $720 Brief Embrace. There's the value. No third for Thorn Park. I agree with you with Thorn Park. I thought he had his chance, and at 7 years of age, we've seen the best of Spinning Hill, as good as she was. Terrific shot. I tell you, at some stage we might be able to show the start again from the overhead. You'll just see how quickly Our Egyptian Rain beats them out. She is so far in front of the others after the start. The trifecta's about 380, just to give you a little tease. Officially fourth was 4, and the 5th was number 1, Bomber Bill. Well, Peter Donegan, Graham Begg, he'll be wrapped in this. He's had a terrific spring, wins the Schweppes and now wins the Emirates.
It is a magnificent training performance by Graham Begg, Bruce. Congratulations. The win in the Schweppes was terrific, but this must even top that.
Yeah, no, this has really capped it off. Great performance because, you know, I knew she'd improve after she ran in the Moya Stakes or the Schweppes and go on to today. And, you know, when he was able to come across from the inside barrier without too much pressure put on him, I knew she was going to be hard to run down.
She is an absolute flying machine. We just had a great shot out of the gates that she really bounced a length and a half in front of them.
Yeah, look, it's a great performance too because it's the first time down the straight. She sort of had to run at Wellington in the Telegraph Handicap, which has got a dog leg. I guess it's nearly the same. It's not quite the same, but she handled it really, really well.
The bloke on her back's having a pretty good carnival too.
Oh, look, I told him before the races, I can't give you any instructions because no one rides a straight as good as what Nashville Willa does because last Tuesday proved that. So, you know, it's just great.
Well done, Graham. Let's go and have a word to the man himself, Nashville Willa with John Letts.
Yeah, Nash, our Egyptian Rain. Give us a comparison with her, with Abdullah, and also the other horse, one of your favourites, Rubitana.
Yeah, Johnny, she's always shown tons of ability and she just began to hit form and Graham's done a terrific job with her. She's a man you can't really do a lot with, but he's been able to get her fit and just a huge thrill.
She's very adaptable, isn't she? She led today. She was sitting up just on the speed the other day.
Yeah, still got left in front today, but she travelled very well the whole way.
Congratulations, mate. Thanks.
Yeah, Nash won the straight race, the 3-year-old with Abdullah Saturday. He won the big Salinger last year with Rubitano, so he knows the straight. That was Anthony Freeman a moment ago, just pinching the coat of Graham Begg. Just have a look at the start here. She's on the left. Have a look how quickly she gets away at the start. She's left Century Kid in her wake. She's already 2 lengths in front of the field.
Silly me thought Century Kid would lead her, but she just gave him a cold as she dashed past him with the wind.
I haven't seen a horse lead fast sprinters by that much so quickly. I mean, I know we don't see that shot too often. That is a brilliant shot. And straight across to the rail and had the benefit of the outside running rail. And wouldn't Dilly Dally have loved to have had that earlier in the day?
Exactly right. If Dilly Dally had found that rail, she'd have won quite comfortably. But that's racing.
Gee, haven't we heard that term before? And it is so true. That's racing, and I hope you at home think that's entertainment because that's what today is all about. Great racing and entertainment as well, as Kylie Gillies is about to tell us.
Now this is what I call a serious commitment to a hat. If I can make my way through, girls. What is Sister Act? Tell us about these hats.
It took us on quite a few late nights and running back and forth to get more things for it.
Well, I can see a few horses here in the top.
Yeah.
You sat up till 3 a.m. some morning.
Till 3 a.m, yeah, a lot of late nights, but a lot of fun too.
Well, these girls are going to have a serious case of hat hair by the end of the day.
Yes, definitely.
Excuse me, ladies, how did you do?
Yeah, I just got the trifecta.
So very happy, very happy. You did not.
I had 1, 2, 3 and 4, so I'm pretty happy with that.
And more winners over here. You did well, obviously.
Yeah, we've done very well. About time. Been waiting all day.
So, ladies, how did you go?
We did very well, thank you. We picked the Quinella, first and second.
Fantastic. How much is it paying?
Only $10.
Ladies, how did you go on the race? Did you back a winner?
No, but luckily the husbands did, so that's okay. They know what they're doing, I don't, so...
Are they going to share their winnings? That's the most important question.
I think they've already shared.
Congratulations, you've had a win.
Yes, we have.
And did you pick the horse or did your husband pick the horse?
No, I picked the horses.
There you go on Ladies' Day. Listen to the girls.
Oh, winners everywhere. Correct weight, there's Egyptian Rain. A mare winning on Oaks Day, why not?
That's one of Graham's brothers leading the horse around in the suit there. I think it was Martin. I just got the brief glimpse of him. Very, very strong racing family. Neville and Yvonne Begg had 6 children and Graham's the horse trainer.
No New South Wales totes have come through at the moment, but they're the official totes, Super Tab and Unitab. $633, $720, Trifecta $380.30.
Just a little thing, Bruce, which has just come to mind. Neville Begg never won that Emirates Classic that Graham just won, but Neville was long-time foreman for Maurice McCartan, and he was down here with Winona Girl when she won the race. Neville actually looked after McCartan's best horse, Todman, and Delta, who won a Melbourne Cup.
Gee, there's some great history there, and what a win that was in the Emirates Classic as we join Jim.
Ladies and gentlemen, Emirates Airlines is such a big part of the Melbourne Cup Carnival. Emirates Stakes Day on Saturday, and of course the running today on Crown Oaks Day of the Emirates Classic. It gives me great pleasure to welcome committee member for the Victoria Racing Club, Mr. Bill McKinnon, and representing Emirates Airlines, Mr. Keith Longstaff, the Senior Vice President of Commercial Operations.
Thank you. On behalf of our chairman, His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Zayed Al Maktoum, I would like to express the pride that Emirates has in sponsoring today's Emirates Classic race. We would like to congratulate the winning horse, our Egyptian Rain, and especially the owner, Mr. Mark Peters, who will be accepting the prize on behalf of the Written Bloodstock Syndicate.
The winner there of the Emirates Classic, and what a sprinting performance by our Egyptian Rain in the last couple of weeks. Cox Plate Day and again today. Now the Radiant Black Stakes is an excess race worth 126,000. It's a listed race for the 3-year-olds over 1,800. And a wide betting race, Mr. O'Hara at 640, Paykey 780, Star of Gretchen. I say wide betting. The filly has come up short at 330. Just Incredible, who's been winning on wet tracks in the country at $9.90. That's the front page. Now taken as the late scratching here, number 15. Caveat Emptor and King Weasel also out. And the one in the market on the second page is a Lightning Stroke, and Royal Rapid also in the race, but not as far as the betting's concerned at 131. Now, Star of Gretchen short here, Paddy. We saw her come from last to first to win at Caulfield. Is the filly favourite over the Colts in this?
Yes, Bruce, open up very short, Star of Gretchen. I'll go through the board for you quickly. Pay Keys out just a little in early betting, but the top two well in commission. Cherubim is right there just on a double-figure line. Just Incredible there. Now, Star of Gretchen already into the half each way quote. I've got Star of Gretchen, and there seems to be a bit of interest. Here's one that they've just started to back. Zabe Express in a couple of points. And we have Lightning Stroke inside the double-figure odds as well. But Star of Gretchen has come up a very short price favourite at this particular point.
She is at $3 now. Peter Donegan and Dr. Turf are both going for Damien Oliver, and Ken's going for Lee Freeman with Cherubim. So 2-2 for Paykeys Cherubim. The start here at the 1,800. They get a reasonable run. Paykeys is drawn, well, there are 3 scratching, so it comes in 2 to 10. And Cherubim's drawn barrier 8. Let's have a look back at the Oaks, Ken. The highlight of what's already been a great day of racing. And here's the key. Now, Dame Beltar and Special Harmony having a bumping match. Special Harmony into the clear. And from this point on, it was away she goes.
Yeah, it was good night nurse from here. And just watch this filly accelerate. We wondered if she could run the 2,500 metres. She had a cuddle in the run, and then when Oliver asked her to sprint, she sure did sprint, and she's put 3 lengths on them quickly, and then he's just let her coast to the post, and the official winning margin was a decisive 2 3/4 lengths.
Ken, you did get the trifecta there, just not in the exact order, but you got the trifecta. You had 1, 3 and 2, so job well done. It was Special Harmony, Dame Beltar and Timberina. Both Grandly and Generosa, I think, can go on and be good staying fillies.
Yeah, good solid performances. You'd like to own them.
Gets a bit thin towards the end. Royal Mass down to 7th, and probably no big surprises on that second page. They were all at big odds.
Yes, they weren't good enough.
So that was the running order after the Crown Oaks. Simon Marshall caught up with some of the losing riders.
Brown rider of Gradually, well, she went pretty good. She ran good, Simon. Had the perfect run. Dropped out from behind him about the 600 and rolled up quite nicely. But just found wanting the last little bit. She's probably not quite up to that grade, but she done very well. Noel Kello, Rinky Dink, ran good.
Ran really good. Did I ride as good as you would have ridden from that barrier, Simo?
I don't know about that, but tell us about it.
No. She drew the right gate to have the right run, but probably a little bit my fault in the wakeful. She drew out and I was caught 3 deep, and it probably just took too much out of her. But, you know, she's going to be a nice horse next time, and the owners are going to have some good fun with her.
Stephen King, Timberina, she ran good.
She ran good, Simon. I think the mile and a half just took the sprint out of her, and when it came time for the finishing end part of it, she just grinded away.
Danny Nikolic, Dame Beltar, ran a bottler.
Yeah, she ran a terrific race. I was able to get a pretty good run from that awkward barrier. She came around the turn. She's travelling as good as the winner. When the run came, I come to the outside, and I just tried to hold Damien in, but he was going too good. The better horse won.
Illuminating stuff. They respond to Simon so well, the jockeys there, having known him, and Some real insight into the beaten division. Special Harmony at $2.20 and $1.40. Dame Beltart $2.90. Timberina $1.80. Quinella $16.80. Trifecta $70.70. Exacta $22.30. One of the most popular wins, I think, of a Crown Oaks for many years. Special Harmony today. Speaking of popular, Jennifer Kites with a popular Winter Olympian.
A beautiful afternoon in the Channel 7 marquee, and with me now is one of the most gorgeous girls in Australia, Alyssa Camplin. Are you having a lovely time?
I am. It's great to be out with all the ladies today.
And what do you think of the fashions?
Well, I've been very impressed over the whole of the Spring Racing Carnival. The girls have really made an effort, and as have the men, which I particularly am interested in.
I think it's great to see everyone dressing up. We just don't get the chance these days. What about the headpiece and the shoes?
Oh, well, you've given me away. I have actually picked my little pink number to actually match the Gary Castles shoes. I have had my eye on them all spring, so I was glad the weather was nice so I could wear them today.
Any excuse? And what about training? Where are you off to?
I'm leaving on Tuesday to go to Calgary. I'm swapping in the pink dress for the red ski suit. I've got my first event of the International Winter in Finland in 3 weeks, so I'll be up on the North Pole back in the snow before I know it.
You're a very brave girl.
Thank you very much.
Well, I hope you have another sensational season and all the best.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Bye, everyone.
Oh, you better get a little closer.
Sexy. Hot. I love your style, man. Put it on me. Brian and Tony, go let the ladies know. They got it going on. Shut it. Hey, sexy lady, I like to know. Your body's banging out of control. You put it on me. That's right.
One of Flemington's greatest assets, I think, is its size and the car park and the room out there, and all the parties are going. A lot of people just pull up a tent, basically, and that's it, and they enjoy the day. They don't have to go very far, Ken. They're with it all the way through.
It's hard to describe the atmosphere, Bruce, but I could say if you've never been to Melbourne for a spring carnival, please do it once in your life.
It's a great shot, wasn't it, from the car park going through, showing the distance. Now, the New South Wales totes have come through, so we'll concentrate on those for the Emirates Classic with the correct weight and the presentation. 6:40, 370 hour Egyptian rain, 8:40 brief and brace. The Quinella a bit more, 63. The Trifecta a little bit less, but still handy, 358. And the Exacta was $98.70. The Maya fashions on the field conclude today, the real centrepiece of fashion during the Spring Carnival. Here's Wayne Cooper.
Here we are at the finals of Maya Fashion on the field, and I'm with the delectable Sarah O'Hare. How are you, Sarah?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Now, we've been watching all this fashion. I mean, you've been seeing it all day. What's your take on what you're seeing today? Because I thought there'd be heaps of pink, but not really.
No, but I think everyone makes an amazing effort, don't they? I mean, I've seen some scary outfits. I've seen some unbelievably beautiful outfits. I think I go for the more traditional look. You know, I think that I think classic and elegant is probably where I'm going to judge today.
Because I reckon when in doubt, less is more, don't you? Reckon take 3 things off before you leave the room.
Absolutely. I think that's my policy anyway. I always go for the simple elegance rather than, you know, adding more and more and more. And especially if you're wearing a hat, I think you can probably take away a lot of jewellery.
Well, talking of hats, obviously, is that because the hat didn't go with the outfit or what?
I'm just not a hat person. I just don't feel good in hats.
Well, how often do you wear a hat to actually become a hat person? That's the thing. It seems like this alien on your head.
Yeah, no, I don't think I look good in. I've got a bit of a pinhead, actually, truth be known, and I just don't look good in hats. So I'm hatless today.
In this year Women's Classic Racewear category for Maya Fashions on the field is number 711, Elizabeth Gant. Congratulations, Elizabeth.
How are you, Elizabeth?
I'm absolutely delighted, ecstatic.
Now, I was the blowing judge. I was thrown in there at the last minute because Nicola didn't turn up, and